Well, the launch of a Chinese satellite over Taiwan has sparked a debate over election interference. It comes as the island prepares to vote for a new president in just 3 days' time. Sky News Asia correspondent Stash Butler is in Taipei for us. Stash, thank you for your time. Talk us through exactly what has happened here.
Well, at about 3 p.m. yesterday afternoon, phones across Taiwan sounded with an alert saying that a Chinese satellite had been launched over and was flying over the southern part of Taiwan. Now, you've got to remember that Taiwan is on high alert for any kind of activity in the region surrounding it, particularly flying over its airspace, particularly from China, which claims Taiwan as part of its territory. That's because people in Taiwan are preparing to vote for a new president and a new legislature on Saturday, an election that's just 3 days away now. Now, when that alert went out, I was in a room with Taiwan's foreign minister, and he was quick to denounce the launch as an example of China putting pressure on Taiwan, putting pressure on voters to vote a certain way in that upcoming election. Now, however, Taiwan's defense ministry is facing a backlash. That's because the alert that it sent out in Chinese warned of a satellite, but in English warned of a missile. So the opposition has seized on that and accused the defense ministry of trying to scare Taiwanese voters in such a sensitive time in the run-up to this critical election, perhaps in his own way trying to sway voters' decision at the polls. So clearly all parts of Taiwanese society at this point really worried of an attempt by any country, especially China, to affect the outcome of this vote.
Yes, indeed. Stash, what other kinds of interference are people on guard for at the moment?
Well, trade is probably the biggest one. China is Taiwan's biggest export partner, and Taiwan has massive investments in China with huge companies. I mean, think of Foxconn, for example, the maker of Apple's iPhones, and that gives China a huge amount of leverage over businesses in Taiwan. Over the past years, it's announced bans on Taiwanese products like pineapples, on Taiwanese beer, on Taiwanese grouper fish, and in the past few months, a new investigation by China into a trade agreement that was signed between Taiwan and China in 2010. China has already announced it's going to increase tariffs on a few Taiwanese products, and just yesterday it announced that it was considering increasing those tariffs on more products. Now, that coming so close to the vote on Saturday, it's inevitably being seen here in Taiwan as an attempt to sway voters away from Taiwan's government and the ruling party.
Stash Butler in Taipei for us. Thank you.